In this wasteland, I am the one who runs from both the living and the dead. A man reduced to a single instinct. Survive.
I want them back!
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
How'd that happen? Sup, guys? You know who I am at this point? Where do I begin? Where the fuck do I begin with this movie? Mad Max Fury Road. But I mean, if you haven't seen the, I mean, you know it by just the clips I'm gonna edit in later at the beginning of this. That's Mad Max. I mean, this is a movie I've been looking forward to since it was first announced. Like I was looking forward to this movie. I was like production stills and shit like from 3 years ago. I mean, hell, I think I was still in community college when I saw the first shot of Tom Hardy as Mad Max, and I'm just like kind of sitting there going, okay, I can buy it. Like this was a movie that really. This movie was fucking insane, okay? This movie was... The trailers... If the trailers are of any indication, this movie is gonna literally take you for a ride. But that's only the tip of the fucking iceberg. Because this movie is completely and utterly unpredictable. I mean, basically, I'm gonna say it right now. This is hands down the best action movie I've seen in a long time. Like, I mean, hell, I saw Dredd. I saw Dredd, and I thought that was the best action movie. This fucking tops it. This does. This movie is amazing. Oh dear God. It's like George Miller decided he wanted to remake Road Warrior, but with a bigger budget, and just said, fuck it, Mike, I'm gonna go all fucking out on this shit. Okay, sounded more like Mel Gibson, but okay, whatever. That is exactly how this movie is. I mean, basically, this is a movie you have to see over and over again just to know what the fuck you're watching, just to know what is going on. But oh my God, this movie. Plot first. Mad Max is captured by a cult led by Immortan Joe, played by Hugh Byrne, who's best known for playing Toe Cutter in the original Mad Max. He plays the leader called Immortan Joe, who I'll get to, who sends his best warlord, Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron, for a supply run. Little does he know, she has betrayed him and stolen his 5 prized breeders who are just 5 of the hottest women you're ever gonna find in a post-apocalyptic world. And the and she's taking them along the most dangerous road in the post-apocalyptic world, Fury Road, in order to get them to a paradise called the Green Place. And one of the women's pregnant. Well, all of them are pregnant. It's just one of them shows it more. And again, I'll get to that. Max is, as Immortan Joe sends his war boys out to retrieve them, Max is chained to the front of a car because he's one of the war boys' blood bank, because he's dying of cancer. The war boy is, who's played by Nicholas Hoult, who somehow still looks attractive despite all of the makeup he has to make him look like the most cancer-ridden motherfucker ever, and yet one of the girls still wants to fuck him. And again, I'll get to him. And then Max decides to escapes. He hijacks the rig, but then teams up with Furiosa to get these women to the Green Place because he wants the rig and he wants to get away from Immortan Joe. Because Immortan Joe's fucking insane. And so you have 2 hours of a chase scene that doesn't feel tiresome or old at all. And that's saying something, considering I sat through all four Transformers movies, and those get tiresome. That ain't. And it's like, you don't get the big action scene until the last hour. This movie is 2 fucking hours of an action scene. But the difference is, this movie also has character, it has heart, a bleeding heart ripped out and just still beating in your hand as you're punching it, or as they are punching it, and dear God, it feels like you were getting punched multiple times in the fucking balls. Oh God. It has memorable characters. It does. There's not a single character you don't remember in this movie. It's also exciting. They do different things in this movie. Basically, George Miller has taken everything that is chaos and carnage and orchestrated it into his Ninth Symphony. This movie is a goddamn masterpiece. It is. That is exactly what this movie is. It is a masterpiece of just crazy, of insanity. And it just doesn't let up. It just doesn't. Even the quieter moments, you're just kind of laughing your ass off over how fucking insane these people are. Like, hell, Mad Max is insane. Charlize Theron's probably the most sane person in this movie. Max is not sane at all. He's actually kind of fucking crazy. Like, not like completely insane, not like whoo, insane, but more like suffering from PTSD of his dead daughter constantly. Like, it just happens out of nowhere. Like it just randomly happens. You don't expect it. Hell, I'm probably gonna watch this movie. I'm probably gonna go see this movie again, I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray. I'm still not gonna expect it. Okay? I can see this movie 100 times and still not expect the flashbacks. So yes, on to Tom Hardy as Mad Max. Now, I've always kind of been on the fence about it, mostly because I'm old school. Mel Gibson to me was Mad Max. Not so much anymore, because Tom Hardy really captures what Mad Max is. He's a drifter who's out to survive in a world gone fucking insane, will do whatever it takes, but somehow still tries to do the best he can and showing that humanity still exists, even if he doesn't believe it himself. He just unintentionally does it. Or he does it intentionally, or whatever. And it's you can believe this is the same, you can't, it's not you can, you do believe that this is the same character that you saw 30, almost 40 years ago in Mad Max. That is what this is. I mean, Tom Hardy really does try to incorporate everything about Mel Gibson's character, like his mannerisms and whatnot, and yet still, in a way, make it his own. And it works here. He does it very well, and he doesn't really say that much in this movie. He doesn't. And when he does, it's just a couple of lines. It's just a couple of sentences, like not even no more than 5 words long usually. It's like, are you insane? Oh, not anymore. And that's it. That's all he says. He probably has like maybe 10 lines, and usually the lines are every time he sees his V8 being driven by someone else, like, that's my fucking car! That's usually what he does. It's great. And what's also interesting, going back to Transformers here, and me complaining about how the Transformers are supporting characters in their own movie. It's the same thing with Mad Max. Max is really a supporting character in his own movie, but not without good reason. Because really, and I'm going to segue into the next character, Charlize Theron's Furiosa, is technically the main character in this movie, but it's perfectly fine. Because Mad Max still plays a big role in this. I mean, that's the difference. That's the difference there is Transformers, they're just action set pieces. And you can tell they're action set pieces. They're not characters. Max is a character. Max is a character. He's just along for the ride. He is. He just got dragged into this. He didn't want anything to do with it. He just got dragged into it, so he has to make the best of his situation. And it works. It really works. And the Charlize Theron, like I said, she's really the main character in this. And she has a hell of an arc where she has to drive these girls, these 5 women, these brides, along the desert in order to find what was her homeland. And she's a fucking badass in this. She is, but again, she's not like that, like the tiresome, I'm a strong, independent woman person who has no emotions whatsoever unless I'm getting a love interest. No, she is like back in the 90s. She is a fucking character. She's a character. That's who she is. That's what she is. She's a character who just happens to have a vagina, and that's part of her story. She actually comes from a village, a society of mostly women, and I'll get to them later. But she just wants to. She doesn't want revenge on Immortan Joe, even though she does get it. She just wants redemption by freeing these women for all the horrible shit she's done, because she works for Immortan Joe. She works for Immortan Joe as a warlord. I'll get to the brides in a little bit, but I do want to talk about some of the other things. First off, Immortan Joe. Best villain ever. Oh my god. This guy. Oh god. This is really one of the best fucking villains I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit. Like, this is a villain that will stand the test of time. This is a villain who will go down, who will be immortal as one of the best villains, if not the best villain of 2015. Because, first off, he's played by one of the original actors from the first movie, Toe Cutter. I mean, as you remember, Toe Cutter. But now here he is in his 70s, playing this pasty white motherfucker with long hair and a mask that, and a mask that he seems to have stolen and modified from Loki's face mask from Avengers, to make it even more terrifying looking. And he's just, throughout the entire movie, is going after Furiosa and Max to get back his brides, these women he has imprisoned, these young beautiful women he has basically imprisoned and raped. That's another thing you don't see in these movies anymore. It's just the balls. This movie has balls. But Immortan Joe, I mean, granted, I've given enough away, but Immortan Joe, you have to watch. Honestly, you have to watch this movie in order to know what the fuck is going to really get Immortan Joe, to understand Immortan Joe. You do. Nicholas Hoult plays a war boy named Nux, who is a fanatic. He is, and he's a very sick, dying person. Hell, he has two lumps who he calls his mates, and he named them Larry and Gary, and they have like little smiley faces on them. It's like, oh yeah, it's like, if these two don't get me, the night fevers will. Nicholas Hoult's character is gonna be, again, he's a very memorable character. You feel for this character. You are. Like, he's in the majority of the movie. This isn't a cameo like I thought it would be or anything like that. Or a very small role where he just occasionally appears. He's a main character. He is. He's a main supporting character in this movie. He is Mad Max's friend through most of the movie. Hell, you know what? In a way, I feel like they're friends even when he has Mad Max chained up to the front of his car and has a tube in his neck that is distributing blood into Nicholas Hoult, that is transfusing blood into Nicholas Hoult while chained to the front of his car, being driven like a bat out of fucking hell to trying to knock over this fucking fuck all big rig, which they call the war rig that Furiosa is driving, and then into a sandstorm. Again, I still feel like they were friends from even then, because I mean, granted, it was like one side on Nicholas Holt's part. It's like, oh, it's like blood bank, oh, this is what a day, what a lovely day. I mean, and that is the greatest fucking tagline ever. So yeah, Nicholas Holt's character, he also has an arc. He does, surprisingly, he has an arc. Like, really, everyone has an arc in a way. Even Mad Max, even Max to a degree has an arc. Even though, again, he's just the bystander, but he has an arc basically just going like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help these people out and whatnot. Nicholas Hoult has an arc because he actually starts getting a relationship with one of the wives, this fiery red haired girl with goggles, which I assume are Nicholas Holt's, I guess. And I really like her. I do. I really like that character. Actually, she's my favorite. And Zoe Kravitz is in this movie. And this girl, I don't even know this girl's name, and she's my favorite. I don't know. I'm a sucker for redheads mostly, but damn, do I really like this character. She's like the sweetheart. She's like out of the 5 women, she is the heart of the group there, or the conscience. And they just strike up. Well, they strike up a friendship, but it does seem like they really, really care about each other. Which makes it even more heartbreaking when spoilers, Nicholas Hoult dies. But god damn it, does he die in a blaze of glory? Like, he dies like a fucking boss. Like, he died with a big fucking boner. That's the other thing. People die in this movie, but when they, like, majority of them, when they die like fucking heroes, man. Like, hell, even the war boys, like the bad guys, they die like when the Alright, I'm gonna say it now. Like, one thing I love about this movie is this is a world. It's not just a movie. This is a fucking universe. This is the Mad Max universe. The apocalypse had an apocalypse. I'm like, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon had it right. The apocalypse had an apocalypse, okay? And there's just this world oozing with character. That's the other thing. This world is a character. It's nothing but vast fucking desert. That's it. And this is a beautiful world. It really is. This is a very visually beautiful film. And the bad guys are this cult that worships the steering wheel, which does make sense. So when they die, they're hoping to go to like Valhalla. If they die as martyrs, like they go out fighting. So when they know they're gonna die, they take a spray can of chrome paint, spray it on their mouths, and they go, "Witness!" and then just dies and takes out as many motherfuckers as they possibly can. I mean, Nicholas Hoult tried doing it like at least 3 times, and he succeeds on the 4th. But he does it to take out the bad guys. and oh dear God, it's amazing. It's like these guys, I gotta give it to them. Like, I mean, I'm not for like going out like that because one, I like to live, but I gotta give it to them. They died with some raging boners, man. They fucking died with some rage, some big, fat, throbbing hard-ons. Like, one dude, like, had these spears with grenades and, like, grenades on the ends of them. He was like, we're next! And then just jumps off the back of his car and, like, and just plunges them into an enemy car, and it just blows the fuck up. That's the other thing about this. You just kind of know you're in for a ride when the trailers shows a dude on a fuck all car with fuck all stacked amplifiers behind him, playing a double neck guitar with a flamethrower attached to it, and all he does is play the guitar. He doesn't even fucking fight. He just plays the guitar. And he has a flamethrower. He doesn't even fucking fight. Hell, he could use a flamethrower and doesn't use it except to just fucking show it off. And he's basically like the war. He's the war drums. Hell, there are giant fucking war drums on the back of the car right behind the fucking amplifiers. And what's great about this is, like, he's the fucking soundtrack. He's the rock soundtrack in this movie. Like it'll be quiet and all of a sudden you see like cars in the distance, but you can hear like I was like, oh shit, they're coming. And like, it was just really, oh my god. And it's like on these bungee cord, it's on this bungee cord throughout the entire movie. And hell, his guitar's on a bungee cord, and he's like sleeping on top of his guitar, which, that's gotta be a really fucking sturdy guitar. Like, I mean, he's a skinny guy, but still, that's a sturdy fucking guitar. He's just like, ah! It's like, we found him! It's like, ah, okay, it's rock music! It's, oh my god, like, honestly, he's my favorite character. He is hands down my favorite character in this entire movie, just because of that. Just because he's just there to play the music. That's it. He just wants to rock out. It doesn't care about killing people. He just wants to rock the fuck out. That's all. I respect that. Oh god. The brides, I'm gonna say this, one of the brides, I'm gonna go ahead and get her out of the way, because this is where the balls part comes in. Rosie Huntington Whitley, as you know, she played Carly in Transformers 3, and all because Michael Bay is a fucking perv and thinks that all Victoria's Secret models are actresses, when they're not. I mean, and basically that's all she is here, is just a model that's pregnant. Honestly, she was kind of the worst thing about this movie, and I'm going to spoilers here. She dies in the first hour, and which, don't get me wrong, I don't like to see pregnant women die, and boy does she die horribly. But she was the weak link in this, in otherwise a very perfect movie. She is like, she can't fucking act. She can't fucking act, like, at all. So when she died, I feel like George Miller knew she couldn't act. Like, she's a horrible actress. Like, she's worse than Megan Fox. And he just like, okay, he's like, all right, I'm gonna kill you off, and that's it. And that way we don't have to put up with you much longer. And dear God, she dies. Like, she tried. Like, she doesn't. Like, again, she doesn't really go. I mean, she dies somewhat of an honorable death. Like she kind of goes out packing. Like she doesn't like. She's not like. She wasn't like the War Boys where it's like witness. No. She like. I mean, first off, she accidentally shot in the leg by Mad Max because Max doesn't care if he shoots a pregnant woman. But she dies like after getting thrown off the rig, off the war rig, and she gets run and she gets run over by one of the other cars. Like she goes under the wheel. Max even says it's like she went under the wheel. She went under the wheel, and she's dead. She's fucking dead. Like I mean. Granted, they had to make the corpse still look beautiful, so she doesn't have skid marks all over her face or anything, or tire tracks all over her body or anything. But here's the Immortan Joe picking her like, "Aah!" And then later, and then a couple of scenes later, they perform a post-mortem C-section on a miscarried baby. They don't show the baby except for its feet, but you know it's dead. And the dude performing the C-section just pulls it out, just cuts her open, pulls it out, cuts the umbilical cord, is like dead. Just dead, toss. It was like, oh yeah, it was like, you had a baby brother. It was perfect in every way. Okay, and there's one of the Immortan Joe has a couple of kids, and he's I would have had a brother. It was perfect in every way. It was like, and which if that's the case, there's only 2 people in this movie of Immortan Joe's sons that are actually perfect or actually look human, because the rest of them don't. He has one son who, I don't want to call him a little person because I've seen little people. This dude is not a little person. This dude is they took a fat man's head and put it on a fat baby's body. That is what it looks like. And he's on this chair, he's all right, kid. You go out there. I'll hold the fort down. I couldn't tell whether it was CGI or this person was actually born this way. I can't. That's the other thing. The majority of this movie is practical. It's all practical, including the snowstorm. The snowstorm actually fucking happened on George Miller's will alone. No. I'm pretty sure the sandstorm was CGI, but dear God, it looked great. Like I said, this is a visually beautiful movie, and again, this movie has balls. This movie has a lot of balls. Like I said, this movie's unpredictable because you're so used to watered down action movies that has no punch to it. Most movies today are way too scared to really throw a punch. This movie isn't. This movie knows how to throw a throws a punch and keeps punching you in the fucking face and the fucking stomach and your heart and your lungs, your spleen, liver, kidneys. They will punch you in your asshole, okay? They will punch you in the dick. And not just punch you right there. They will punch you, grab your dick, start jerking it until it got a hard on, and then dig their fist deep into your dick hole, and then jerking it off that way, and then pull it out, and then uppercut you in the fucking chin, just uppercut you, and to the point, and then as you're flying, they jump up and start juggling your bitch ass constantly with more punches, and then throws you onto the into the ground, and then just starts punching you into the Earth's fucking core, and then right back up. I'm sorry, I was playing a lot of Injustice over this week, okay? So forgive me. Although it would be hilarious if Doomsday actually did do that before he started punching people into their core and out and then back up. That would actually be kind of awesome, because I can believe Doomsday can do that. But that is how this movie feels. Hell, I went to go see it with Richard and Stephanie, and they just went like, and Richard was just like, that movie was good. That was a good movie. And I'm like, that movie was amazing. Stephanie just went, that was different. That's what she says. She says, that was different. But yeah, this movie does not shy away from this sort of thing. Hell, they show a scene where there's like these very morbidly obese women, who I assume are Morton Joe's other wives, previous wives, and they're just sitting there, what looks like to be like little hair dryer, like those little hair dryer things at salons or something, but their main purpose is to basically have their breasts pumped for their breast milk. I'm not kidding. Like they're like like this society does have a water pump system, but Morton Joe uses it to control his people, so he gives it off very sparingly, which honestly is actually a smart thing, sort of like I mean, it's like this giant fucking like fugitive sewer system pump system, drain, like, and the waterfalls are like going down and whatnot. But other than that, people are just like, I mean, mostly Morton Joe's guys are drinking what they call mother's milk. And they don't just imply, they fucking show it. They fucking show these women having their breasts pumped for like they're fucking cows for their milk. I'm just like, oh. And I'm just sitting, and Stephanie's sitting next to me going, what the fuck? It's like, what? And she's like, she just was completely baffled by this. And like, this is a very woman-driven movie, really. Like, they're like, that's kind of the theme here, is like women can rule the world, you know? Women can rule. Like, at least that's what the vibe I was getting. I mean, like, women are, like, I want to say, like, women are the key to survival, in a way. I guess that's what they're going for. I don't know, because I'm still reeling in from the ass kicking this movie gave me. I really am. Like, and like, when they reach, like, what used to be the green place, Furiosa meets, like, her, like, what's left of her people, which are just mostly elderly women. But dear God, these elderly women are fucking badasses. Like, they're fucking awesome, and even they go out, like, in a blaze of glory. Like, some of them, like, die, and they do die horribly, but they die, like, they die with some fucking hard-ons, too. Like, I believe they have dicks. I think these women have dicks. But fuck all, do they go out like hard asses. And they have characters, too. They're a highlight in this movie. I really wanted to hang out. I would love to hang out with them. I would. I mean, I know they don't trust men, but I would love to hang out with these women. It's like, hey, can I plant some seeds with you, Grandma? Like, I really, really like you. You're really cool. Like, and like, let's go ride a long in the desert and just be badasses. It's like, yeah! It's, all right, I think I've honestly talked enough about this movie. Like I said, this is a goddamn masterpiece. This is way too, this is right now, as of right now, this is my favorite movie of the summer. Honestly, this is my favorite movie of the year. I mean, I haven't seen that many movies this year, but fuck all, this is my favorite movie. This really is, like, I fucking love this goddamn movie. I do. I will go see this goddamn movie again. If I can. So final score for Mad Max Fury Road is a 10 out of a dick punching motherfucking 10. This movie is perfect in every way. This is everything I love about movies. Like, it doesn't hold back. It doesn't. This movie revels in its insanity. That is what this movie does. It just revels in its insanity. And I love it. I do. I fucking love it. Tom Hardy is perfect as Mad Max. Charlize Theron, I mean, hell, I would love to see a spin-off of her. That would be great. Visually, it's just gorgeous. It's just fucking gorgeous. It's like George Miller knows how to take something ugly and despairing and heartbreaking, like post-apocalyptic desert, and just make it beautiful. Just make something beautiful out of it, and he does it to a fucking T here. The characters are just fucking memorable, straight up memorable. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. I mean, I've talked enough about this movie. Let me go ahead and get trailers now. Hold on a second. All right. Just so you know, I forgot about trailers last week with Avengers, because I don't know, I think I was just really, really tired. All right. The Gift. No, they're not remaking the Sam Raimi movie with Keanu Reeves and Cate Blanchett. This is a psychological thriller, but not that kind. This one's about like a married couple played by Jason Bateman and Rebecca Hall, I think. Yeah, chick that was in Maya Hansen in Iron Man 3 and Johnny Depp's wife in Transcendence. They're a married couple that just got a new house, and they run into a guy that Jason Bateman knew back in high school named Gordo, who is a little odd, and who also wants to be friends with them and whatnot, but he doesn't. But he started to kind of creep them out and whatnot, and so the guy is starting to like really like stalk them and whatnot. And he's like keeps saying like, oh yeah, Jason Bateman did something to me a long time ago, and he's like, and Jason Bateman's just hiding it from his wife. But it's very evident like Jason Bateman like was this dude's bully or something. I don't know. But that seems to be the case. It's like, oh yeah, I'm here to get revenge. Like, I mean, not straight up saying it, but like basically this guy seems like he wants to get payback for all the shit Jason Bateman did to him. So in other words, depending on what Jason Bateman did, like you're more likely gonna end up rooting for this guy. That's pretty much it on that one. I don't know, like, I mean, it's nice to see Jason Bateman do something that isn't a comedy these days. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like I like a good chunk of what he does in terms of comedies. I still haven't seen Bad Words, and I really want to. But I definitely like to see Jason Bateman do more dramas and whatnot. So I don't know, maybe it'll be good. Next is The Last Witch Hunter, which is basically a B movie starring Vin Diesel that you honestly can't really see him in because you're so used to fucking like the Fast and Furious movies. But at the same time, you can buy it. You can really buy him being in a movie like this. I mean, fuck, he was in Babylon AD, so why can't he be in this? Next is Southpaw, which is a boxing movie that's also a courthouse drama starring Jake Gyllenhaal, who's this boxer who, with a temper, he becomes the lightweight champion, and he gets and at a ceremony he gets called a bitch and attacks this dude. The dude pulls a gun out and shoots his wife. His wife dies, so he goes on a downward spiral and loses custody of his daughter. And so he's trying to get his life back together in order to get his daughter back. And 50 Cent is his manager, and Forrest Whitaker is his trainer. I don't know. It could be good. It looks good. It does. Fantastic Four. It's the same trailer. I mean, it's nothing new or anything. So, I mean, I'm really tired of. It's going to be that trailer I'm going to be really sick of at this point because I'm going to get it with every single movie I go see. So I'm not, like I said, I'm going to give that movie a chance, but I'm not really looking forward to it. I just feel like they're not. The last two weren't good, but I mean, they're not. I don't know. Like, I'll give the movie a chance. Terminator Genesis. Terminator Genesis. This is a newer trailer. This is not. Now, this trailer I've seen before, but here's the twist. They reveal who the main evil Terminator is. Get ready for this. It's John Connor. John Connor is the villain in this movie. He's a Terminator in this movie. Which, I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know whether say this was whether they're giving. I mean, it's very evident they're revealing too much. They are. They're revealing way too fucking much. But I don't know. I feel like had they not, maybe this would not have gotten as much buzz. I'm not entirely sure. Like, as far as I know, that it just wasn't going to get as much buzz. But I mean, it definitely got my attention. So yeah. I got Jurassic World again. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go see it. Hell, I got the first movie with me. I'll be doing a rewind review of that. Fuck yeah. I mean, I was gonna do a rewind review of the other movies, but the director Colin Trevorrow, I can't say his last name, but he said like that 2 and 3 does not exist in this canon. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that as it is and just review the first movie. And then here's one I wasn't expecting: Entourage. Entourage, like, this is the movie. This is the Kickstarter movie to. I think it was a Kickstarter movie. If I'm correct, it was a Kickstarter movie Although it doesn't really look it because of the amount of people they got. Holy shit! Hell, they got Mark Wahlberg in this. Oh well, Mark Wahlberg is a producer, so that would make sense. But I never watched the show, mostly because it was on HBO and I didn't have HBO. So if I do see it, and this movie's like out in a couple of weeks, like it's on Wednesday, so depending on what's happening, I may or may not go see it. I'm probably gonna go see it. I'm probably not gonna know what the fuck is going on, but I'm gonna keep an open mind on it because it doesn't look bad. It's got a pretty good cast. I mean, besides everyone that was in the first movie or in the show, you got like a cast of you got like an all-star cast cameo cast here. You got like Mark Wahlberg, you got Billy Bob Thornton, you got T.I., you got like a shit ton of other people. Hell, you got Ronda Rousey. But it seems like Ronda Rousey looks like she actually took some fucking acting lessons since Expendables 3. I don't know about Fast 7 or Furious 7 since I didn't see it, but and I meant to, but this is definitely a movie that it definitely looks like she's putting more fucking effort into her acting than she did in Expendables 3, where she was actually the worst fucking thing about that movie. That and she's playing herself. Well, she's playing herself basically. That's what she's doing. She's playing herself. And it's basically, she makes a bet with one of the cast members, like, oh yeah, you last 30 seconds, I'll go on a date with you. You last 60 seconds, I'll fuck you. I'm like, okay. Ronda Rousey is like fighting one dude who honestly can't fight. Okay, but here's the thing. I know Ronda Rousey can kick ass. I've seen it, so I would not be making any bets with Ronda Rousey. Like, as an actress, I don't like her. I think she's a terrible actress. Honestly, even as a kind of a person, from what I've read about her, at least in terms of how she wanted to be Wonder Woman and whatnot, I can't really respect her as a person because, one, she obviously doesn't get comic books. Two, she does seem to have an ego, not like Mayweather big, but it's kind of there. Wow, I can't believe I fucking went there. But I definitely respect her in the ring. She's just someone you don't fuck with. So yeah, that's it. Really, that is it for me this week. I'll go ahead and get this online, and I will get this online, and then I will get. I'll get this online, then I'll get the rest of my TV show reviews online. And next week I will see you next week when I go see Poltergeist and quite possibly Tomorrowland, maybe, if I can. Until then, I'll see you guys later. You have a wonderful evening, and tomorrow you have a lovely